We are a manufacturer of self-adhesive labels and been at this location since 2006. Yeah, that's more or less who we are. Self-adhesive labels is still a valid and proper solution for our customers. It's a good way of them branding their products. It's easy and it's cheap. Our share of the market is the labels that you see in the supermarket. Product label for decorative purposes. That is more or less who we are. So we do not make high-end labels. We make the day-to-day normal label that everybody sees in the supermarket or somewhere else branding their products. In Denmark we have the major brand owners, which we supply the label for their products. Mostly FMCG products we supply labels for in Denmark. We also have some export to Sweden, to Germany and some other countries in Europe as well. So wherever there's an order, we try to get it. Sometimes it's lean. It looks very lean because you were here today, but we try to, as a short introduction, that we have very high wages in Denmark. We have the second highest wages for a printer in Europe, only Switzerland is higher. So we need to be effective, we need to be fast, we need to be smart. And keeping a good logistics angle is very essential for our business. I don't know any customers who would go to the technical side, any customers who would like to have a label being produced on a certain machine. Actually, it's a question that we are beginning to ask our customers. Going 5 years back, nobody wanted them to, they didn't care. So today it's an aspect, but for us it's still just on how to put color on a paper depends on the job, not on the machine and the technology. It seems like now that there are technologies for digital which is absolutely important and valid for short runs, many sorts. And then you have still flexo is also still variant for in-between orders. And our new LED machines which we've got is for the very big orders and for more volume-based orders. The way from idea to finished product in the supermarket is getting shorter and shorter, so we need to be on our toes. And we see a decline in quantity of each orders, and we see more design changes. Of course, in 2020, things has narrowed down a bit because we're busy with other things, but that will definitely be the trend. Faster lead times, shorter series, and so on. And then you could say, where does our LED machine fit in with that? Because it's for very large orders. Well, FlexoPrint is divided into all categories, so that is where this new machine fulfills our needs. Just to give it an example, when we started here in 2006, we were 2 printers more than we are today, and today we have tripled our turnover. So that is how the journey has been going to the print side of it. The packaging side, the slitting part, is a different story. It seems like the need for efficiency, or at least here at FlexoPrint for the printing efficiency, we have dealt with. But on the other side, customers still want their rolls to be packed in a certain box in a certain way with a certain marking and so on. And another customer wants it in a different way. So will be our challenges in the future that we need to see if we can standardize our slitting and packaging department a bit. The requirements that we want for our upcoming technologies is fast changeover times, lower waste, and cost-benefit energy consumption. If you look into a flexo machine, that's what we need. We had a lot of customers who were printing products that could be run better and more efficiency on FA26, and we also see a gap in between the big foil printers and the narrow web business. And the narrow web business is getting wider and wider. When I started this business, it was 200mm machines, that was 250, and then it was 330, and then it was 420 and 530, and now our machine is 660. So machines are getting wider, and along with they getting wider, we think there's a gap in the market for foil products in the mid-range area. And also on the commercial side, there's 2 different environments. The foil printers usually have very long lead times. where we're used to in the label business have very, very short lead times. So we could combine our label world into the foil world. Perhaps there's a market there for us. That was one of the reasons why we took this investment and this chance of investing in the Nilpeters 26 inches. We don't have orders for the entire turnover that we need for the machine. We have some of it, of course, to make the ground package, but we need some more business. So actually, this is one of the first times we have taken a bit more chances than we're used to. But it is still a very solid calculation. But we need to get out there and market our new possibilities. Absolutely. The machine we chose here is a new FA line from Nilpeters, which we have followed over the last years, and we think, all respect to Nilpeters, we think at the time now it's finished. It's like we want it. It's very lean. It's very simple. And then we think that the LED colors we have been looking in for some years, and we think they're close to being on a standard in the world. Colors are more aligned. Quality of the lamp is more aligned. It's cheaper to change out a lamp if it goes forward. So we think that we're ready to go this way. And we did some thorough test runs on the FA 2600, and we felt it was right up our alley. It's very difficult with this new FA 2600, if we wanted to produce label, to die cut in a 26-inch machine. It's simply too wide and too big. So you need to die cut it afterwards if you want to go into labels. Our main project here is not going to labels, but we have some very big orders that it perhaps makes sense over the time to do it. We have just ordered a machine from Refine, where we are planning on die cutting our digital orders and also take some of the things from our Dell 26 inches just to play with and see where we are. But we want to go further on labels. We definitely need an offline 26 inches die cut machine, but we are not there at the moment. It's very important for Flexoprint and also for the Optimum Group when we purchase machines. It's not something we take lightly. Actually, I've always said buying hardware is one of the most difficult jobs as a CEO, because where should you buy? It's a major investment. It will follow you for many years. So we do thorough investigation under with numbers to see on how many hours do we spend on certain machines, how many hours can we save in the production, meaning shorter lead times for other projects and putting into a machine. So there is a month of calculating and thinking about which way to do. But at the end of the line, as every decision when you buy machinery, you always have to use this if you think for the last 20% if you want to go that way. And we thought that it was the right choice for us. Of course, I know Nilpeters is a Danish company, but I have to say that we have 3 MPS machines. At that time, we didn't think that the FA was finished. So we thought the MPS EF 410 was more our alley. If we have seen the machine now, looking back, we would definitely have chosen Nilpeters. So we think that Nilpeters will be a partner for us in the future, also regarding normal flexion machine, because we believe that the machines are where it is now, and it's good. It has been a good cooperation. It has been very fast, very on the money, talking to people who can decide, which is important for us, open for ideas. And Jesper and Jakob, it's a great team that they know how to sell a machine, know what we want, and of course, speaking in my native language, it's always a bit easier. So that has been a very easy and good process, actually. It is a bit early, but we can see on the speed, it comes to what we have calculated with. We still have to work a bit over the changeover time because it takes too long. It's still a new machine, so everything is very interesting when something happens. We need to make it a Monday to Friday machine. But if we get that right and we can put our old Flexo spirit into our new machines, it will definitely be a good investment. And the quantity this machine can run with our tempo we have with the other machines in 26 inches and 3 shifts is unbelievable. So yeah, we're ready. Well, I'm usually positive. It has been a hard year, but I try to be. Well, you're in sales. Sales is all about selling positivity. That's what it's all about. So yeah, we like to drive it. We like to find our new products. We have our machinery and then think what kind of product can we put in. And it doesn't matter what kind of product it is, in what business, as long as we can see a potential of a business idea and he can develop it. That's the most important part for us.